Today's agenda is brimming with captivating discussions, debates, case studies, and so much more. However, before we dive into our agenda, let's begin this day on an optimistic note with the ceremonial lamp lighting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we now begin, I'd like to now take this opportunity to first of all invite Mr. Bill Shukla, Managing Director, Milacron India Private Limited, to join us on stage and grace us with his welcome note.
Particularly in the electrification, the trend towards lightweighting, both in two-wheelers and four-wheelers, will only be possible when more and more plastics are integrated in the automotive segment. India, to become that 5 trillion economy, the manufacturing piece has to grow. Just doing service exports is not going to help us become that economy. So unless manufacturing doesn't grow, we will not grow. And this is the heart of manufacturing. The number of people employed by the automotive industry and the component industry together is humongous. So I think all the stars are aligned for this industry and for this segment to grow.
Ladies and gentlemen, with this, as we now proceed forward, may I take this opportunity to welcome Ms. Nisha Shukla, Senior Assistant Editor, B2B Division, Worldwide Media Times Group.
The automotive industry is at a turning point with a growing emphasis on sustainability and the integration of cutting-edge technologies. Plastics, especially recycled and bio-based materials, are at the heart of this evolution. The global push for reducing carbon emissions and adopting circular economies makes it essential to discuss how plastics are leading the way. And with that, let's kick off what promises to be a truly transformative day.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, let's move to the highlight of today's event, the Automotive Hall of Fame. Here, the ET Polymers editorial team assesses and selects companies and industry members who made significant contributions and earned widespread recognition for their inspiring leadership in the automotive sector. Let's keep up our energy as we announce our first Automotive Hall of Fame. This felicitation goes to, let's find out. Congratulations, Forvia Foratia Private Limited. The next Automotive Hall of Fame goes to, let's find out, Mahindra Research Valley, Mahindra and Mahindra. Congratulations. With this, let me introduce our first panel topic, that's Concept to Car, Transforming Automotives with Plastic Innovations, featuring insights from leading names from the industry. This discussion will delve into the transformative impact of plastics on the automotive sector, tracing the journey from initial design concepts to fully realized vehicles.
I want to know, the possible solutions, for recycling automotive material or the plastics. And the next question is the industry investing enough for it?
So we have solution. And as I think Sunil was mentioning, that I really wanted to make that point that please understand there is a big difference between recycled content plastic that meets regulatory and let's say property requirements and something that has some reprocessed content. These two are completely different things.
From a sustainability perspective, if you consider this as an approach to the future, the only thing you can do is plan for it and give yourself targets. From my perspective, as an organization, we have set the right targets. Our Ambition 2039 goals clearly lay out a plan in terms of, let's say, where we are wanting to go with achieving carbon neutrality, and this sets the tone for the entire chain of events.
When we talk about chemical breakdown of plastics, right? Like right now we say that a recycled material is subpar, it can't maybe hold up in terms of durability, strength to a virgin material. But what is now the next step is, and what a lot of companies have already progressed, is that the chemical breakdown of a recycled material, then into the molecular structure, and then reusing it, and which actually will match, if not improve, the strength of that plastic material.
On a sustainability side, I think if anybody has a chance to go visit Toyota in Bangalore, they have achieved their carbon footprint reduction by creating an eco park, which is a massive initiative they have done. And anybody can create that. It's different.
Today, everyone is talking about ESG, sustainability, and whatnot. In terms of componentry or the startup ecosystem, most of the investors today are hell-bent upon looking at a company or a startup or an MSME which is ESG compliant. So if you want to really need, or rather go for some kind of an investment or go for some equity or debt transactions, you will have to look at ESG as a total concept.
All this recycled material has to be converted into the finished product. So I think the industry has innovated, and we have a variety of screws and barrels technology to process a wide range of reprocessed materials or recycled materials to ensure that the finished product comes out looking the same as with virgin plastic.
If we can create our own shop, first carbon neutral, and commit that we will not add any carbon emission with our activities, that itself will be a huge step forward. Very soon we will talk about beyond carbon neutrality, what is that? And we'll have to talk about carbon negative. Because only carbon neutrality is not going to solve the problem. There will be some part of the society, some part of the world which will keep creating carbon emissions, and we will have to come forward and solve those problems as well.
Well said, well said.
Plastic can be used in combination. So we can have many additives. We talked about carbon fiber. We can use bamboo metal matrix. There are so many things which plastic can use to make it more cheaper, more sustainable, and more cost effective, and also more crash worthy. So we will have to do a lot of research in this area where we can use plastic in combination of so many other materials.
And with that, I'd like to now call upon stage Mr. Bill Shukla, Managing Director, Milacron India, who will present us with a case study on driving innovation and process excellence in the automotive industry with Milacron's injecting molding solutions.
If you look at a car, right from 25 tons to 4,000 tons, micro, small, medium, and large tonnage machines, there are a variety of parts that you can see here that you use, touch, feel every day when you drive an automobile. And I'm sure that at any given day, there is not a day passes where you have not driven a car, anybody in this audience, where some part is produced on a Milacron machine across India. So whether it is the electrical systems, the under the hood things that you cannot see, batteries, or the things that you can see, the dashboards, the interior components, and the external parts. All of these are produced on the 5,000 odd machines that we have supplied to the automotive sector in India.
Our next panel, Innovative Materials Exploring Bio-Based and Recycled Plastics for Automotive Applicants. This is going to delve into how these materials are driving advancements in lightweighting, fuel efficiency, and also paving the way for a greener automotive future.
What factors would be crucial for scaling bio-based and recycling plastics across industry?
As an ecosystem, as an industry, we have to start accepting that if I'm looking at bio, then I have to accept the natural look, the natural feel, the natural odor. I have to map my mind towards that. Perhaps we have to change the way we look at the whole testing and validation. Not that we dilute it, but perhaps we calibrate it in context of the sustainable environment we want to create.
In terms of recyclability, India is sitting on a gold mine. I think that the percentage of plastic material recycled in India is very, very low. And so it needs to improve quite a bit in order to, we can imagine India becoming the focus point in the world for recycled material in the future.
We are bringing more than 3,000 tons of fishing nets back from oceans to bring back to life and give it back, right? So it is just a small cause. But similarly, there are so many other things which we can do. And I'm sure that when the technology advances going forward, these all materials can easily be used in any kind of application in automotive industry.
You know, look at this globe of bioplastics. If what goes in bioplastics is cellulose, potato, or starch, that's abundant in India. So for me, I think my takeaway would be is if we all want to go back and see ourselves where we stand, and we can drive the change with a Make in India policy.
I know that many IITs and many other institutions like NCL and CPET, they are also working on various biopolymer products. I think that collaborative effort with the industry and education has to be there because they are ahead of in thinking on the chemistry part of it, and we are on the scalability part of it.
With that, we are moving on to our next session, and we have these sessions which are going to be presenting a case study on function integrated solutions for future mobility. Now, for this, I have the privilege of calling upon stage Mr. Divakar Gokhale, Head of Mobility Indian Subcontinent, Head of Business Development Indian Subcontinent, Co-Vestro.
So when every industry is looking into integration, we also thought that we will take one step ahead and work on certain integrations using materials, technologies, and a lot more. What is monomaterial headlamp concept? So keep it simple. The entire headlamp conceptualized and designed by us, and this does not belong to any OEM or any tier one, but we work with a lot of value chain players to put it together, and the entire headlamp lens working is made only from polycarbonate and polycarbonate blends, which means on one side, a lot of integration is required, as you can see. Heat management, sensor integration, in-mold electronics, of course, very accurate photometrics, and sustainability, which is we are discussing since morning. You all know if it is coming from only one family of plastics, then at the end or at the rejection, it is very easy to recycle because it's only one type of plastic. So this one single design concept brings about a lot of topics together when talk about integration.
Up next, we have an exciting presentation exploring the limitless possibilities of hot runners in new age automotive plastics and applications. For this, may I please invite on stage Mr. Vishal Agarwal, President of Yudo Hot Runner India Private Limited.
This is Maruti Frux grill with biodegradable plastic. Especially this material exhibits high optical clarity, something similar to the glass, making it suitable for applications with transparency and aesthetical requirements. From hot runner point of view, we faced several challenges like heat stability, abrasion resistance, color stability, process parameters, and other things. But we are happy we proved this part within second trial with the tool maker. This is my favorite one. This is Pirelli tubeless tire. We were working with Pirelli in Brazil for a very long time. It looks very simple, but this base material looks very simple, but several aspects are crucial in it, like design, material compatibility, heat control, gate design, etc. And the specification and part requirements were so high that the trials went on for more than a year, and we are so happy that we were part of this project.
Our next panel, Design Innovations Enhancing Aesthetics, Functionality and Safety with Plastic Components, will explore how advanced plastics are doing more than just looking good.
What do you believe that most critical factor driving innovation in the use of plastic component across various industries today?
Real manufacturing technology that is happening. There is a use of energy, the manufacturing of materials. I think this is a big driver for innovation. I think customers and the appreciation of aesthetics, the retained newness, the look, the feel, the haptics, all of that is also a big driver for innovation because the customers, the end users are the ones who really determine what we will do in the future.
Apart from a customer requirement, regulatory requirement, and all the changes that's happening across the world, every OEM or every tier one or any research maker would always try to see what can he be unique. You create an innovation, you bring an innovation in a product or a material or anything which can trigger the interest of the OEM, which can trigger the interest of the customer.
Lightweighter, more durability, because we are shifting to EV side. So actually I am from tooling background and my company is making tooling as well as component. We need to, lot of things need to innovative critical factors like molding, tooling, from studio to direct testing, we need to take care a lot of, because tooling is a final comes on tools. And we need a lot of innovation in tooling side. Thank you.
To achieve the requirement of, say, either a sustainability goals or, say, customer aspiration to become more lightweight and fuel efficient, those technologies will be very, very, very crucial, and those will help one side on the design innovation or how we create the design. On the other side, it will also expedite the new material search by application of those technologies. I think that's how, that's what I feel is the biggest innovation. Thank you.
So innovations is money making. So what is not sustainable, we have to innovate new things to make it profitable, make it sustainable, bringing in new changes in car, two-wheeler. So, and the regulation, market trend, buying behaviors, and profitability, these are major things which is bringing in the innovations. This is what I feel from my point of view for a business perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, will you be kind enough to join me as I invite Jignasha Bambania, Scientist, Advanced Polymer Compounds, JJ Plastalloy Private Limited, who will be presenting on new trends in PP compounds for automotive applications.
Now, PPFR compounds, we all know that flame retardance is critical these days. And our PP compounds are engineered with flame retardant additives that addresses fire hazards in wiring, applications like wiring, interiors, and battery cases. Okay, these compounds meet stringent safety standards, ensuring all the compliance in variety of automotive applications, depending upon the customer requirement. The demand of safer material and diving into innovation in this space, we are learning with solution to tailor-made all the automotive uses. Our PP compounds comply with several key standards, starting with ISO 3795. This standard specifies the test method of the burning rate of automotive materials in a horizontal configuration.
This next panel that we have now is going to be taking the opportunity to share their insights on plastics and autonomous vehicles, integrating sensors, IoT, and advanced materials for the future of mobility.
What kind of challenges do you foresee, and any different work in terms of machine learning or AI we need to do?
Let's say if I am driving on a highway from Mumbai to Pune and everything is fine, lane is there, I am driving on high speed, all my controls, which is safety controls that can be enabled, let's say the drowsiness or maybe lane alert system or something, as soon as I hit the traffic or the conditions which is not favorable for these things, can it be automatically switched off? So some kind of customization needs to do as per our environment.
Do you think that the simulation, the results coming out of simulation, can be exactly replicated in real life, particularly in India?
We can do it in simulation, we can predict it, and then we can implement it. If I want to drive the car from Pune to Mumbai, so in between I have Lonavala, which is a Ghat section. When I start the vehicle and set my destination, we can work it out or simulate in such a way that we can implement an algorithm and tell the system well in advance or simulate it in such a way that there is going to be a guard which is going to come, and I need to save some amount of electrical energy, and I need to, the temperature conditions are different, so that we can thermally manage the system accordingly. So when I start to drive, the consumption of the power will depend upon the climatic conditions and the requirement where it need to reach the altitude or where the destination need to reach.
Regarding this real data, what we have, use cases, if we have more use cases and we go on populating it. So this will help us in predicting using AI and machine language. So this is all based on, it's basically a database driven decision making. So the more the use cases we have, more we build up this database, I think we will be reaching through simulations, predictive modes will definitely come through.
You know that the road conditions of India are very, very nasty, and it varies from one pitch to other pitch within a certain distance. We are assessing, browsing, adapting, and adjusting the suspensions to tune to get the same feel. So that is the one way of advantage of taking the systems in place, computing systems in place, and give the same comfort feel.
Our counterpart from Germany, they always insist the simulations gives you results directionally. However, the processes should be in place. Otherwise, we do in a very closed environment, and expectation is that it can operate in any of the environment. So always the importance should be given to the process. As Noel mentioned earlier, that the model will get matured based on the use cases.
And as we now approach the final panel of our conference, we invite you to delve into an essential and timely discussion on sustainable solutions, circular economy approaches to plastic recycling and reuse in automotive manufacturing.
So looking ahead, what do you believe will be the most important breakthrough or innovation in the next decade that will accelerate the adoption of circular economy practices, especially in plastic recycling, when it comes to the automotive sector?
First of all, from the material point of view, I believe that it is again chemical recycling. So because chemical recycling will eliminate any kind of the borders of the material, this cannot be used for this application or that application, it is free. So this enables to the all OEMs, whatever they would like to design the car, we can provide the material.
In India, if you really want to increase recycling or mechanical recycling or chemical recycling or any industry for that sake, not only for plastics but across the board, government should get out good policies.
As recyclers, I think the biggest bane that the recycling industry, specifically plastics, is facing right now is the fact that the GST levels on plastic went up from 5% to 18%. Okay? Now, you're basically making an entire industry uncompetitive by increasing such tax rates.
What are the biggest hurdles you are facing in increasing the use of recycled plastics?
We as a waste management, I'm not sure it's still not been recognized as an industry. All recyclers, even if they want to put up a best of the infrastructure, they don't get funding from banks. When they produce a recycled granules, they are not getting the value that they are expecting. Thankfully, through EPR, probably from next year onwards, they'll start getting it.
May I please call upon Mr. Ranjan Haldar, Deputy General Manager, B2B Division, Worldwide Media, The Times Group, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, sir.
It is my pleasure to extend our heartfelt thanks to all who made this day a remarkable success. I want to express our deepest gratitude to our distinguished speaker who shared their invaluable insight. Our thanks also go out to all those experts who participated in the panels and case studies, making this event a truly enlightening experience. A big thank you to ET Now and our organizing committee for their hard work behind the scene.
Milacron is pleased to be the lead sponsor for the 8th Global Automotive Conference on Plastics in Automotive. So when we talk about environment and sustainability, one of the first things we try to do is remove secondary applications such as paint. So there are technologies available called as hot and cool technology that can produce parts with extremely good aesthetics that then do not require a paint application. The second innovation that Milacron is bringing is co-injection. So the ability to use co-injection that allows up to 50% usage of recycled material or alternate materials that improve strength, durability, etc. in components that go into automobile is something that we are now offering to all our customers. So this and many other technologies that we have, such as processing parts using fiber materials, biomaterials, etc., are also now available with our customers. Is several actions that Milacron has taken in partnering with our customers in their effort of achieving their sustainable goals and reducing the overall carbon footprint for the entire product to be manufactured.
So this year, actually we have prepared the mono-material headlamps. This is not only the improved performance of the parts, but that is also the very good solution for the sustainability. And also the night fog application, this is quite a new application. We have developed this idea from our colleagues in the USA. Maybe this is also the future solution for the India market.
We are present in Indian market from the last 24 years now. This has been a wonderful experience, and India being the third largest manufacturer in automotive sector in the world, this kind of conference is very much required, which connects all the verticals and segments of the automotive industry, right from the tier 1 tool maker, raw material suppliers, critical part suppliers like us, and getting them under one roof, able to discuss with them openly is an amazing experience.